for me, being here tonight is something of a full circle experience. And it's encapsulated in this exquisite painting of Gustav Klimt called The Kiss. And about 15 years ago, I found myself between things, in Vienna, in Austria. And I finished studying, the old life was over and the new was not born yet, wondering what to do with myself. And sort of trudging through the grey streets of Vienna, I went to the Belvedere Museum, which used to be the Palace Belvedere, exquisitely designed building. And midwinter, early morning, first and only person in the gallery, and proportioned something like this, high ceilings, beautiful room, big gilded mirrors, and on the wall, in exactly this orientation, is the Kiss. And what you must understand, that in original, it's about 2 meters by 2 meters, which is about 3 times that, full of gold leaf. So it glows, it shines. And to my left, through a huge window, just acres of white powder snow, completely still. And it just triggered something in my mind. And I think I've spent the last 15 years interpreting what came to me there. And if you look at the painting, he is enormous. He's bigger than a man. He has this huge trunk-like neck, a massive form, a laurel-like wreath symbolizing power. Why would a romantic partner wear a laurel wreath, like a Roman Caesar? And she, in turn, just melts into his arms in a pose of complete surrender and peace. It's not a sexual approach, much like petting a dog or a bunny. They sort of lean into you. They lean into your love. She leans into him. She offers up her cheek for the most gentle and platonic kiss. And symbolically, 2 separate beings start to become one. And in his painting, the overlapping blocks of the cloaks and their clothing, they overlap and start to show that the one is entering the other. And over and above them is this huge golden aura of golden light, seemingly putting them together. And I realized in a flash that our quest for human love, the quest to overcome our separateness and merge with another being, is an absolutely precise metaphor of the nostalgia of the soul to once more merge with God. Because you could sum up spirituality in one sentence. There is the drop and there is the ocean. And the two have become separate. The whole story of creation, the inside story of creation, is for the drop to merge back into the ocean, for the little love to merge back into the great love. And we project that outside into our quest for human love. And it just did it so beautifully in the picture. And it's sort of a mnemonic device now every time I see that picture. And so, is there in essence? And there's a beautiful verse in the Rig Veda. They're the oldest known scriptures known to man. Thousands of years old, predating, the Bible and the Quran and the Dalai King and all the other religious scriptures, thousands of years old. And in Rig Veda 10, it's called the Song of Creation. I think he had other ideas in mind. No. And in the song of creation, it goes something like this, you know. The all was fluid and formless, resting on its own power. Yeah. And within that all arose the one. And within the one arose love. Love, the first seed of soul. Love, the first seed of soul. It's an incredible realization, it's an astonishing fact of creation. That at the very beginning, when the Supreme Being sent parts of himself to rediscover themselves into creation, the quality whereby they experience themselves is love. And if you had to, like water on the ground in a muddy pool, if it had to be in the sun and evaporate up and then be purified to its absolute purity, it would be like pure consciousness separated from ego, mind, and the dross that covers it. And if you could taste that pure consciousness with a sort of tongue of inner awareness, it would taste like love. So love is what consciousness feels like when experiencing itself. And it's written into the very story of creation right from the beginning. We are beings of love having a human experience, grappling to get closer to love, reconnect with the love at the heart of creation. And to the extent that we're able to do that, is our life fulfilled, enriched, and meaningful. Juan Mascara put it very beautifully. He said, just as the intellect can see that all matter is energy, so the spirit can see that all energy is love. And all things are busy tying together now in our modern era. We're having physicists, people like Professor Emoto that was in Plet, the Japanese pioneer of water studies and how vibrations are locked into the structure of water. And they're finding that at the inside the molecule, the atom, inside, in the last empty space, there's an energy potential. And they're realizing that that's the foundation of all life. But it took the mystics, and the mystics have always said that if you could experience that energy at the heart of creation, that quantum energy field that unites all of life, if you could feel it, it would feel like love. And they've all said the same thing. Anyone who has penetrated the depths of their own being will tell you the same thing. And incredibly, astonishingly, the portal into the realm of truth is love. So at a certain, we are nature too. We are made of the same molecules, the same atoms. At our heart, we are the same energy field that permeates the ground I'm standing on, the trees, the birds, the sky. And by sinking deeper into our own consciousness, we are the laboratory, we are the experiment. Be still and know that I am God. Go into your own being with rapt attention and stillness. Align your vibration with that vibrational energy in nature. And you will experience love.